broadcasting a little bit today, but we've had to be real down on it because of what's happening. So if you're just catching up and you're only a YouTuber and you don't watch on Facebook, you've probably missed some of my updates. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to catch you up on what's happening in the Patrick Frazee case. But right now, as you watch this video, as you're listening to me rant about this, what I want you to do, put your hands together, whether you pray, whether you meditate, whether you pray to the trees, the God of heavens, or whatever. I want you to put your hands together and begin to pray. I did this on Facebook earlier. Cheryl Barrett is on the stand as I speak right now. She's in the courtroom testifying against Patrick Frazee. Yes, that is correct. The trial has started. They seated the jury today with 7 female jurors, 5 male jurors, and 4 alternates, 2 women, 2 men. I'm gonna slip through this real quickly because I believe they're gonna shut my Facebook and my YouTube down because of these reports. What I want to make clear is I'm not even in Cripple Creek right now. My information is coming from the mice and the flies and the bees on the wall. But I can tell you this: Patrick Frazee is wearing blue pants, tan shirt, button-up shirt. He's not dressed in a suit. The trial has started. The opening statement has been made by the prosecuting attorney. And the very first thing she did is she threw up a picture of Patrick Frazee. And she said, "This man is guilty." And this is why she began to go through some phone pings and some phone records. She began to show pictures of the black tote in the back of Patrick's truck at the bank, at the Conoco station. I want you to understand something. There is no pictures of the black tote leaving the house. But what there's a picture of Patrick entering the house with Kelsey, and then Kelsey never comes out. There is a picture of Patrick, there's pictures of him around town, but what they found was he had gone home and handwritten out in his own writing, before all this happened, he had handwritten out his alibi. And they found that, and they're going to use that against him because he put time and date stamps. Some other things that you need to know about: when his fiance went missing, he never called her once. You know who he called 46 times? Crystal Lee Kinney. He called Crystal Lee Kinney 46 times after Kelsey went missing. Some other updates that you need to know: Omar Frazee cannot be in the house. And when I say she's not in the house, she ain't in the courtroom. She is still on the witness list, thus she cannot be there to listen. I have a feeling come Monday morning when I show up to go to court that they're not going to allow me to stay. But what I'm telling you right now is that as I'm speaking, as I'm doing this live video, Mrs. Barrett is on the stand testifying against Patrick Frazee. She's telling the story of what she told Kelsey to do on Thanksgiving. Kelsey had talked to her mother Thanksgiving morning, and her mom had given her a recipe for like a bread casserole, a bread stuffing, a bread pudding, and she had gone to Safeway. These are the ingredients that she went and got from the Safeway. And when she brought those back to her residence, and she was going to make this bread pudding, this bread stuffing for Thanksgiving. So I'm giving you this information as quickly as I'm able to take it out of the rats and the mice's mouth. I want to say this again. I am not in Cripple Creek. I am not in the courtroom. I am not on court property. I am broadcasting live from a private vehicle. And so this information's coming to me from inside the Teller County Courthouse. Information like what Patrick is wearing today: blue slacks and a tan shirt. He's not in a suit. He's not in, and they're not bringing the very first witness they brought forward wasn't KK. It was Cheryl Barrett is the first witness on the stand for the prosecuting attorneys. She is testifying right now as we speak, and I don't even know how to tell you this. That's why I'm telling you to put your hands together, pray for the Barretts, give them strength as they have to testify against the man who presumably murdered their daughter. And so the information that has come out today, though, is they have pictures of Patrick and Kelsey entering the house. They have pictures of Patrick around town at certain times. They have almost like a signed, in his handwriting, they have what he wrote out to be his alibi. This was something that was confiscated during the search warrants. But one of the biggest drops of guilty news, if I'm sitting on that jury right now and I hear that your fiance goes missing, you don't call your fiance. You don't call the Barrett family. You don't call the cops. You don't call anything. You call KK 46 times. KK tells this story, or she's going to tell this story. She hasn't yet. He calls her 46 times. Tell her to get down here and clean up a mess. The cell phone's going to get him for sure. They're going to have him on all of that. But some of the strong evidence isn't going to be the text message. The text message that came from Kelsey, listen to this one, kids. The text message that came from Kelsey came after her cell phone was destroyed. So that little text message that he says came, do you even love me? That wasn't even sent from her cell phone. Her cell phone had been destroyed. The evidence shows exactly where her cell phone got destroyed. And so it was already being destroyed in Idaho when that text message came out. How's that even possible if the phone was destroyed? Some other interesting information that's come out from inside the courtroom. Let's see here. Cheryl Barrett, the first one to take the stand. Patrick's wearing blue slacks and a tan button down. He's not in a suit. Old Ma is not allowed in the courtroom. Old Ma is not in the courtroom. Since she's on the witness list. This is what leads me to believe that they're going to remove me come Monday. I'm not 100% sure, but all intensive purposes, things are going that way. Yeah, you could definitely put that SIM card in a different phone and then send that text messages. But that text message's IMEI number wouldn't match. So he could say, oh, Kelsey sent me that, but the SIM card and the SIM card that phone is matched up with, like the IMEI number, wouldn't match up. So that is one way that they could do it. You could put that, like I've taken my my SIM card out and thrown it in my son's phone, and I can use that phone, right, to send a text message from my son's phone. Now, it'll show that it's coming from my phone number because that's the number that's designated to that SIM card. But in the cell phone records, it will show that that text, yes, indeed came from Kelsey's number, but was in fact in a different phone when that text messages were sent. So that's probably how they're able to tie that that text message not being sent from Kelsey's phone, but from another phone, trying to mask itself as Kelsey's phone. So they've got pictures of Patrick in and around town. They have pictures of the black tote. They have pictures. They don't have pictures of the black tote leaving, but they have pictures. Did KK say anything about the SIM card? I'm not 100% sure on that yet, because KK hasn't taken the stand. As of a few minutes ago, when I got off the phone with my rats and my flies in the courtroom, Cheryl Barrett was on the stand testifying against Patrick. She was talking about the conversation that she had with Kelsey on Thanksgiving. She was talking about what Kelsey went to Safeway to buy. And so this is as close. Yes, this one will stay alive as long as it can. You'll need to go check my Facebook. There should be a video up. I just did. I was stuttering over myself because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was talking on the phone with a fly in the courtroom, and they're like, Kelsey's mother is on the stand right now, you know. And so I was just blown away, because this afternoon when we were on Facebook, I had this little push to say an extra prayer for Kelsey and Kelsey's family. And I'm so glad we did that, because I had no clue that Cheryl Barrett was going to take the stand today, but she took the stand today and is the very first witness the prosecutors called. The prosecuting attorney started the argument while throwing a picture of Patrick Frazee up on the brand new projection screen and said, "That man is guilty." And she said it 3 or 4 times as the jury looked at these pictures of Patrick around town, of Patrick going into the house with Kelsey, at Patrick at the Safeway, Patrick at the Walmart, Patrick at the bank. And they began to point the finger, and then they began to bring out the phone information. Lots and lots of phone information coming out. But one of the most damning key evidences that have come out today was that Patrick Frazee called KK 46 times after his fiance went missing, and he didn't call Kelsey once. Not once. I'm going to bring you more live updates as best as I can. Like I said, I got flies, I got mice, I got rats inside the courtroom. The best I can do is what I'm doing now, is relaying this information as quickly as it comes to me. You guys know what the court decorum is. Again, I'm going to say this again. I am not in Cripple Creek. I am not on court property. I'm in private property, broadcasting live. I am not making live reports from the courtroom, the courthouse, or the court property. This needs to be clear for decorum, or I don't need contempt charges facing me. So what I'm trying to tell you is the information coming my way is coming very, very sly and secret. But here's what I can tell you. Patrick Frazee is wearing blue navy pants, a button-up shirt today. He's not in a full suit. Oma Frazee cannot be in the house. She is not in the courtroom today. The Barrett family is in the courtroom, and Cheryl Barrett took the stand and is on the stand for all intents and purposes, is probably still on the stand right now. So pray for strength for the Barrett family. Patrick is freaking guilty. He's freaking guilty. KK's freaking guilty. They all need to freaking fry. But I'll bring you some more info. I'll bring you some more updates as those updates come in. People are risking their lives for this. So thank you very much for joining us. You catch all the updates from all the news reporters. I'm sure they're going to regurgitate some of this stuff and give you some more information. Again, this is the best I can get you right now. So we'll talk to you. Mouse coming in. I'm about to get another update. Mouse has just released some more information. I got to take this phone call.